is the time. And everyone, it's time to give you all of the gist you need today. All right? All of the headlines making the round. Big headlines, I must say. A whole lot happened, at the weekend. And this morning we're set to review all of them. Okay? Like I told you, my name is Jude. In case you are just tuning in for the very first time, after dishing out the headlines, I will join Rufai Oseni to touch on some of these headlines, like analyze or help us understand what is really playing out. And then we move on back to back like that. Get to take your calls and talk to some other analysts this morning. All right? Do join me on YouTube because you can watch us live there. And of course, drop your message. YouTube is VOP 90.3 FM. Just go there and type VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. And of course, do drop your comment in the comment section. Thank you so much. Our WhatsApp portal is also open for all of your messages. Yes, 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. Yeah, that's our WhatsApp number. Is that fine? Thank you so much. Now let's go. Daily Post is going to be taking the lead this beautiful morning, of course. Yeah, plenty of headlines like I told you. Okay, let me take them one after the other. North will celebrate me if I am president. This is according to Peter Obi. He says, North will celebrate me if I am president. To Adamawa State now. Internal squabbles threatened APC ahead by election. Peter Obi insists he remains in Labour Party amidst coalition with ADC. I remain in Labour Party. On Natasha, we are yet to receive certified true copy of judgment, says Senate. We are yet to receive certified true copy of judgment, according to Senate. And then, on budget, will ensure no part of Nigeria is neglected. Nas speaking here. To some of the headlines quickly. Natasha reveals when to return to Senate amidst court judgment. Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention while government embraces Boko Haram. Very unjust. Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention while government embraces Boko Haram. Unjust. Igbo leaders are the ones speaking here. And then, moving on, OT 6 increased federal allocation for Abia State. 2027, it doesn't make sense at all. Peter Obi on continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu. Peter Obi says it doesn't make any sense. Kano governor appoints Emir of Lafia as Chancellor of Northwest University. Delta community leader warns Urobos against protest over Tantita pipeline contract. Delta community leaders warns Urobos against protest over Tantita pipeline contract. Still dishing new headlines from Daily Post newspaper. Ex-SGF Babachir Lawal dumps the All Progressives Congress. And then president should be able to die for his people, says Peter Gregory Obi. President should be able to die for his people. Yeah. Peter Obi vows not to serve as petroleum minister if elected in 2027. It means let's break this thing of the president becoming the petroleum minister alongside. Peter Obi wants not to serve as petroleum minister if elected in 2027. Peter Obi outlines plan to tackle Nigeria's electricity challenges. Peter Obi clears air on working with Abacha's military junta. And then ADC begins grassroots mobilization in Sokoto, appoints state coordinator. Yes. Okay, now we move to a Punch newspaper quickly, everyone. Yeah, Punch newspaper is here. Kwankwanso's next move could redefine the politics of 2027. Kwankwanso's next move could redefine the politics of 2027. Senate awaits a judgment copy as Natasha plans return. Senate awaits judgment copy as Natasha plans return. And then to some of the headlines this morning quickly. Benue, Edo, Bayelsa mobilized as Lagdo Dam threat looms. Benue, Edo, Bayelsa mobilized as Lagdo Dam threat looms. The wave of deflection is one big one you should get to read there. And then federal government finds multi-choice 766 million naira over privacy breaches. 10 states borrow about 417 billion naira despite higher allocations. 10 states borrow 417 billion naira despite higher allocations. And then moving on to some of the headlines, Makinde's loyalist resigns as PDP chair in protest. 2027 coalition crisis brews as ADC chairman set terms for alliance. Coalition crisis brews as ADC chairman sets terms for alliance. On recapitalization, 5 banks hit CBN target ahead of deadline. Nigeria's unity under attack from terrorists and of course separatists, says Tinubu. 2027, I'll run for president, not Atiku's vice president, says Peter Obi. All right, to some more political headlines now. Deputy governors, 8 months absence sparks Taraba's political storm. 2027, APC not threatened by opposition coalition. Ebonyi party chair speaks. Ekiti deputy governor warns political office holders against disloyalty. 2027, APC will contest with Nigerians, not ADC, says chieftain. That's the response to everybody's boast. Did you hear that? APC will contest with Nigerians, not ADC, says chieftain. It's okay. It's okay. 2027 ADC will wrestle power from APC, says ex-publicity secretary. Opposition coalition out to rescue their stomachs, not Nigerians. This is Nyesom Wike speaking. Vote buying threatens democracy, says Dixon. Edo SDP suspends organizing secretary. 3 orders over misconduct. And then, I will do everything to make Tinubu lose Lagos again in 2027. PDP chair is the one speaking now. I will do everything to make Tinubu lose Lagos again in 2027. PDP chair is the one speaking. Okay, let's leave here now and then move to Vanguard newspaper. I told you we've got very big headlines this morning, right? Okay, let's touch on some more. Vanguard has got some of the ones for us. Nigeria dead before Tinubu took over. This is Nyesom Wike speaking. Nigeria dead before Wike took over. Nyesom Wike speaking here. Then NLC threatens mass action over rising poverty and insecurity. ADC begins takeover of PDP structures in northern states. ADC begins takeover of PDP structures in northern states. And then there's a cartoon here, courtesy Vanguard, It says, hello, gentlemen, name your prize. Just name your prize. Name your prize. Name your. ADC begins takeover of PDP structures in northern states. Moving on, Tinubu may only get 30% northern votes in 2027. Zainab Galadima is the one speaking here. Tinubu may only get 30% northern votes in 2027. Nigeria dead before Tinubu took over, says Nyesom Wike. And then Super Falcons begin WAFCON campaign with about 3-0 win over Tunisia. It's a beautiful one there, very beautiful. 2027, I am running for president, not in talks to be Atiku's VP, says Peter Obi. He's come out to clarify there. To clear, to clarify things rather, to clear the air. Exactly. That, hey, I'm not going to become, I'm not going for the seat of a vice president. Instead, I am actually heading towards the seat of the president. Know that and know peace. The masses need food. The elites want more bureaucracies. It's a beautiful piece you might want to read by Owe Lakenfa. And then revolutionary return of sanitary culture in Abia is another one. And then combating deepfake videos, a fight for Nigeria's soul. Enough of siren abuse is another one. And then let's check up some political headlines courtesy Vanguard now. ADC begins takeover of PDP structures in northern state. Tinubu may only get 30% northern votes in 2027, says Zainab Galadima. And then 2027, I am running for president, not in talks to be Atiku's VP, says Obi. ADC now speaking. You failed as on ADC issue now. You failed as interior minister. Wike tackles Aregbe-Shola. You failed as interior minister. Wike tackles Aregbe-Shola. And in 2027, APC can defeat Atiku. ADC needs unpredictable candidates. Yes, that's what they said. NSA, Ribadu, Nigeria on the brink when Tinubu assumed office. Judiciary, legislature, now servants of the executive. Buba Galadima speaks here. How PDP governors surrendered South to Tinubu. Okay, that's the one I can give you here. Okay, let me check on the Nation newspaper and see some of the headlines, just few for you. Why I am in Tinubu's government. This is Wike speaking, explaining to Nigerians why he is in Tinubu's government. And then JAMB releases mop-up exam results. Natasha poised to resume as Senate tomorrow. Natasha poised to resume at Senate tomorrow. Ex-Reps Speaker Agunwa dies at 68. Housing Ministry unveils homegrown tech to cut building costs, boost affordability alongside. And then firms, local substitution boosts trade balance. I'm still in Labour Party, says Peter Obi. And then Mark Aregbe-Shola takeover in conflict with ADC constitution. Let's move on to the Sun newspaper now. 2027, pressure mounts on Obi to run as Atiku's vice president. This is courtesy the Sun newspaper. 2027, pressure mounts on Obi to run as Atiku's VP. Okay. How I will address Nigeria's electricity challenges if elected, says Peter Obi. Peter Obi reacts to continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu. 2027, pressure mounts on Obi pressure mounts on Obi to run as Atiku's VP. Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa hit as half of African currencies weaken. This is according to reports. Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa hit as half of African currencies weaken. Court declares CRFFN's proof collection illegal. Okay, let me give you 6 more before I leave here, before I move on to some of the headlines rather. How I would address Nigeria's electricity challenges if elected. Peter Obi speaking. Peter Obi reacts to continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu. And then, 2027 governorship and Ogun West's quest to break chains. Neither defection nor coalition will decide winners of 2027 election, Labour Party chieftain speaks. And then finally here, 2027, I am contesting for president, not running for VP, says Peter Gregory Obi. Check your time now, 7:19 a.m. Very shortly, I will be bringing in Rufai Oseni. But hey, let me give you some headlines here, just few. The Guardian, courtesy The Guardian. Now, on Natasha, Senate to act on court ruling after receiving judgments CTC. They want to rescue their stomachs, Wike Islam's coalition leaders. And then, Obi affirms 2027 presidential bid as Wike bets against ambition. Interrogating pains, gains of economic reforms amidst endorsements. Imperative of caution in Tinubu's new loan request. NLC warns against removal of labor issues from executive legislative list. Catholic group advocates electoral reform before 2027. It's what everyone has been talking about. Tinubu orders security agencies to crush bandits and separatists, and of course others. 8 dead, 8 injured in Lagos Badagry road crash. Senate awaits certified true copy of Natasha's reinstatement order. And then, Serap urges probe into NDDC audit report suppression. Let's see now, outside Nigeria, US has signed multiple trade deals ahead of July 9 deadline. All right, Daily Trust will be the last one for me this morning. Daily Trust is here. On leaked documents, how FCTA workers were queried and arrested and also detained. APC leaders' absence during Shetima's Kano visit sparks debate. Impact of number of essays on quality of governance. It's a beautiful piece you might want to read. The impact of essays, special assistants everywhere on quality of governance. What is the impact? Okay. And then, constitutional review, Mufswang Makban disagree over creation of state police. Northern leaders pledge to reverse region's deadline. And of course, revive economy. Professor Party urges tertiary institutions to embrace AI to tackle unemployment. Sokoto government to Toji release hostages to prove peace commitment. 4 more here to go. NLC to federal government, millions of Nigerians in multidimensional poverty. Presidency, I'll contest in 2027, says Peter Obi. There's a survey here. Trust in Tinubu's government low, according to a survey. According to that survey, it said trust in Tinubu's government very, very low. And then finally here, federal government finds multi-choice 766 million naira for violating Data Protection Act. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This time around, let's join Rufai Oseni to give us an analysis of some of these headlines. Let's join him, everyone.
couple of stories making the rounds. I'm going to be talking to you first about an interview done on Channels TV with Peter Obi yesterday, where he was able to espouse all his thought processes about the state of play of the nation. He said he's going to run for president. He said he's going to try as much as possible to fix Nigeria. He said he has no problems with removal of subsidy, but what he had a problem with was the corruption around subsidy removal that was not addressed, and that's true. And we've all been calling for a forensic audit of the NNPC. He said we need to do a lot for this country, that he will not have spent 150 billion on private jets like the president did. And hope you know that the money that the president spent on private jets is an impeachable offense because the president did not take it through the National Assembly. If we had a National Assembly that has no rubber stamp, the National Assembly should have stood their ground against the president for spending such a humongous amount in the country and not reporting to the National Assembly. Senator Yinaya Baribe said these things. He also went further to say that there's no talk about him being a running mate, that he is running on a ticket to be able to be the president. He also went ahead to address the concerns of a lot of people as regards the lies going around that is serving Abacha government. He said no, it was just an importer, and the ports were congested, and they set up a task force because they went to report because it was affecting their problems and how they can get their goods in. He also went ahead, to address many issues. He talked about the state of play of the economies, what he would do for SMEs and all of that. He also talked about the fact that he needs everybody because people are now saying that why are you going to meet the same politicians that will claim have destroyed Nigeria? He said as a leader he has to work with everybody and he has to do as much as possible to be able to change everybody to the Nigeria we want to see. Then he went ahead and tackled other economic problems. When he was asked what he would do about electricity, he said there are models there that he has visited Egypt. It's not going to happen overnight, but everything lies and falls on failure of leadership. And it's very true. See, I was speaking to a businessman yesterday that told me how a business that was supposed to add a lot of money to the developmental prospect of Nigeria was cancelled because of bad belly of government officials. In fact, we're talking about another prominent businessman yesterday, Adeyemi Lawson. And the land that Adeyemi Lawson was given in the 70s to be able to develop around Badagry area into housing estates of some sorts, that land was revoked at some point by government officials. Do you know that the government representative that worked on the revocation of that land finally came to beg Adeyemi Lawson before he died and told him that it was because of envy? So a lot of dreams in Nigeria are being killed by the pettiness of people in authority. You want to get something done, some people in government don't just like you. They are so dumb that they would rather disrupt your business potential that can be of developmental glory to the country. They would rather kill it than allow it thrive. And that's why failure of government, and that's how we vote in matter. Okay, look at Dangote. Dangote has used over 20 billion to build a refinery. He has not gotten the support he needs to get from the government. Dangote is now the one using his money at all costs because he knows that if he fails, he's doomed. To ensure that he supplies product to the refinery and get product out to people and ensure their life becomes better from his refinery. Dangote will be spending close to trillions to now be carrying his fuel from place to place to be able to deliver. At first, he's fighting the market cabal. Secondly, you saw how government stalled the process as regards giving him crude. Till date, they don't give him most of the crude because most of the crudes are already sold in crude swaps. If you were to ask Dangote today,
If he had envisaged all of this, will he still build the refinery? I'm pretty sure. And this is the only man that has taken that time to invest and build it. Because of Dangote today, at least we can have a country where we have vegetable production. Like we can say, okay, Nigeria is producing petrol. So this is how the shallowness of thinking of governments kills great products and great possibilities.
All right. Rufai. Okay, let's see.
And all I would just say is concerning that interview, by now, Mr. Peter Obi should be able to have details on precept upon precept upon precept. See, I did an analogy. In fact, somebody that serves in this government today, when he was running for president in 2019, Fashua, Dr. Fashua, from their brother renewal party, I interviewed him. It's just a pity that most of those interviews are no longer on YouTube. I used to work for a TV channel called Rave TV then. I used to partner with them. And Tokwa was telling me that, do you know that per tonnage of oil palm is more expensive than per tonnage of crude? And he broke down the calculation. There are many prospects in agriculture, things like jatropha. There are many value chains in agriculture that once you sell and export, money can come. So Peter Obi also needs to be able to tell us precept by precept, document paper and idea paper, or the possibility of what we're going to do in agriculture. And that's why you see, when we talk about this government, people say we're just talking. Look at, we are going to import tractors from Belarus when we have Bob track here. Let me quickly move to another story making the rounds. As we talk about coalition and some party structures collapsing, but I want to talk about the flagrant waste of wealth. How can a government official make a mockery of the Church of God? You say you are going to do Thanksgiving for completion of projects that were done with taxpayers' money. Can you imagine how we think in this country? The projects were not done with your money. They were done with taxpayers' money. We have not even been able to scrutinize the accountability question. Then you say you are going to do Thanksgiving in church. Then you went to church, you use the altar of God to be desecrating and be talking politics and be abusing other people. And the pastors too, or the church officials are watching you. I mean, when will our politicians stop desecrating the house of God? And he was saying that, oh, look at all of them, geriatrics, look at Obi, he didn't do elections. I have asked Obi that question, I'm not doing local government elections. He said they were court cases. But this is the same minister that was interviewed and was asked the question, how did you make your money? He said his father is a general manager of many companies. A lot of people have said no. I will want him to mention the companies. I want him to show us his valuation before he entered politics and after politics. In a country where people can't afford 3 square meters, a minister is bragging that he drives a Rolls Royce. He forgets he's serving in government. He forgets the level of accountability that a nation is supposed to have. And you see, that's what we are saying against the government of President Tinubu. The optics matter. But President Tinubu cannot be the one that will talk to Mr. Wiki, because he himself also showed that he doesn't even care about the earnings of the people. I'm going to buy a presidential jet at the time people are suffering. And nothing was wrong with that, the former jet, because the former jet now, we hear, has been put up for sale. And the pictures I saw and the evaluation of those things pretty much showed a lot of good working condition. And the former jet was just, the seats were just retrofitted as at a couple of years ago. So we got a chance to see the interior of the former jet. So these are the many numerous questions on accountability we keep asking. There was a report that came out recently that says over half of Nigerians want to jackpot. Was a report done by, and the sample size was over 5,000. Were African Polling Institute. There was also another report that says most people are feeling disgruntled, 83%. So Nigerians are feeling disgruntled with this government. And these are the problems and challenges around. A stitch in time saves 9. It's time for us to be able to introspect and do what is right and ask veritable questions.
Thank you so much, Rufai Oseni, for talking to us this morning. Thank you indeed. Thank you. Thank you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Like I say, everyone, feel very free to join the conversation this morning via all of our social media platforms, okay? We're streaming. That is VOP 90.3 FM. That's on YouTube. And then our WhatsApp portal is also there, open for a conversation. All right, 08171756338. I'm now being joined by Frank Ayala this morning, who's going to be also touch on some of these headlines this morning. Frank Ayala is with us already. Good morning to you, Frank.
Good morning, today. Good morning, my Nigerian people.
Good morning.
Dear listener.
Good morning. Good morning to you. North will celebrate me if I'm president, Peter Obi.
Yes, because he's coming to work. The president is civil servant in all ramifications. He's coming to work. When you are coming to work, there's no time for celebration. So that should be the thinking. That should be the thinking of the city president, not a city president that is that want to be celebrated. I want everywhere to be named after him while he's still alive. I want everywhere to be named after his children. So Obi is correct. That is in ideal situation, in a safe environment, in a safe society. Civil servants are to do their job. They are paid to do their job. They will also be celebrated when they go an extra mile to deliver on the deliverables. So Obi, that is a thinking. That should be the thinking of an ideal situation. That should be the thinking of a man that have come to serve. That should be the thinking of a man who know what it takes to serve their people. So that's my submission on that today.
But some persons will tell you Obi is trying to woo Northerners. Obi is trying to plead with Northerners to give him a chance.
Then what is wrong in that? Everybody go for interview. Are you not trying to influence your panelists? To give you the job. So there's nothing wrong in that. It's a normal, for me, it's a normal idea. Oh, do you want Obi to tell them I'm going to be the world leader? Do you want Obi to tell them that he's going to be the world leader, that's going to be what we have now? And they will go ahead and vote for him. So APC should tell us something. I want to hear something more objective. I want let them talk to Nigeria. What have they done for the past 10 years? At the center of power, 10 years, they should tell us the resources that we have entrusted onto your hand. What have you done with it? I'm not coming to tell me it's campaign, it's not campaigning. Did Tinubu promise everyone ahead that if he cannot give us power, we shouldn't vote for him for second tenure? So you have actually campaigned against yourself. He's going to fix the economy. What the Buhari told us in December 2014, that he's going to make a naira to be 40 naira. What did he do at the end of the day? So for we, it's not new. It's not new.
Obi,
we also we only pray that Obi should stay on focus. Stay on focus.
Okay.
Not to talk and do nothing. Because Nigerians are tired of promises.
When you say Obi should be focused, I want to ask. This same man, yesterday he said that he is still a member of the Labour Party. In fact, there are several headlines to that effect. He said Obi insists he remains in Labour Party amidst coalition with ADC. What's going on? How would you interpret that?
Yes. I can align with other people's ideology. That's not to say, okay, Jude, let's look at it like this. Every political party ought to be built on ideology. Unfortunately, our in this side of the world is not built on ideology. It's built on nationalism, ethnicity, religion, and all those stuff. Obi have an ideology. What's the ideology? He want to see a Nigerian that work. So if anybody is not coming to preach that kind of a mindset to him, what is wrong in aligning with that person? Just to achieve what they want to do. Jude, you are from the state. What sort where you see a good thing from other state, will not partner with them? partner with anybody. So Obi is not doing any anti-party activities. Rather, is even trying to tell the labor that there's a need for the labor to review align with the center with a better ideology. Do you think labor alone can win the election in this country? Before Obi, what was labor? Where were they?
But you know,
It's Obi that came to give life to labor.
You know, but you know, we earlier heard that all of these party chieftains left their parties and then they have agreed to all converge, you know, in ADC.
Yes. Okay, guys, again, let's go down memory lane.
Okay.
When APC uses those CPC, is there no CPC block in APC? Is there no ACM block in APC? Is there no AGA block in APC? Is there no AMPP in APC? So the block, some of those blocks come to form an alliance, but they still maintain the block inside the alliance they form. So as I'm saying, Obi at on that line, we have the CPC block of the APC. In short, that CPC block of APC is the one that is breaking out from APC now. That is why they need to be worried. Because those people have 12 million votes. 12 million votes are interrupted for Buhari anytime Buhari campaign. So it is that block that is trying to split away to join the coalition. Sorry.
Obi said he made several statements recently. You know, he also said that he's not going to be the petroleum minister if elected president in 2027. Frank, I will not be the petroleum minister.
Yes, I think when our former president Olusegun Obasanjo committed that blowdown, some of us were celebrating on it ignorantly. Why will a sitting president be a minister? Those are double portfolio. That's why today all the corruption that's happening in the Ministry of Petroleum, the presidents are aware. Is the substantive minister? Obasanjo started it. It's your year Adwa that tried to deviate from it. Jonathan tried to deviate from it. Buhari came, he repeated it for 8 years. Why would you not repeat it? So because they are doing it, it's not a standard. It's criminal, and they need to be asked questions. Why will a sitting president be the minister and they will be questioned sitting? Nobody is ready to talk about it.
Okay, wait, hold on, Frank. Let's look at it critically.
They are just where nobody is ready to talk about it.
Frank, hold on. Let's look at it critically. Is that in the constitution, basically? Can the president actually be the petroleum minister?
That should be the question we should be asking the president, because as a sitting president, you are on salary. As a sitting minister, you are on salary. Is Tinubu collecting 2 salaries at the same time? If the answer is no, that means the Minister of Petroleum does not exist. If our current president, sitting president is the Minister of Petroleum, let's look at the law there. As a sitting president, you are on salary. As a sitting minister, you are on salary. A situation where you are not collecting salary as a minister, that means that office does not exist. So you can't work without collecting salary by law. Because you have not told them, maybe you're going to donate it to the salary that's going to come from Ministry of Petroleum, you're going to donate it to charity, as some other Western world does. But it's for me. So that's the area we need to be looking at. Is it collect salary from 2 sides? If the answer is no, that means there's no minister for petroleum. So we can
rightly say now that President Muhammadu Buhari wasn't following the constitution, and of course the current president.
No, there was a violation of constitution. Almost all the land from Buhari.
So we should say something about we should say something of the present government.
Yes, if Obasanjo did it, it's only Yar'Adua and Tinubu and Yar'Adua and Jonathan that break out from it. They have the petroleum minister. Obasanjo sat on that ministry for a very long time. Then if you feel the ministry does not deserve it and it does not have a capable bank to match the ministry, why then create it?
Okay.
Why not just make it as an NDAs and switch it under the presidency? as they try to do with Niger Delta Ministry. No, they make an attempt to bring Niger Delta Ministries under the presidency. Galba Shehu and may show rest in peace. Abakari.
Yeah.
Galba Shehu, Abakari, Malami. They try to bring the Minister of Niger Delta under the presidency. Before the Niger Delta people now revolted, when they bring Akabio.
He has also clarified that he will be running for president. Officially now, we've heard from Peter Obi that he is running for the president. And then another newspaper has it that some persons are actually forcing him to become Atiku's vice president. They said pressure mounts on Obi to run as Atiku's VP.
Judy, for me, as individual, I'm also entitled to my right of expression. And we advise Obi very strongly. You should not repeat the mistake of 2023. Obi, as it stands today, is qualified. He has the credibility. He has the criteria. He has the credentials to become president. He's in Nigeria, but the original constitution did not favor. How? Tinubu is a Southerner. I don't see any Northerner voting for a Southerner to take over power from Tinubu. But that is the emotion that works in favor of Tinubu. That power must go down to the South. Power must go down to the South. So if that emotion works for Tinubu, it will definitely work against whosoever is going to contest against Tinubu. Reason being that if you listen to Rufai, if you listen to people from the North, they will tell you very clearly, in as much as we have agreed that it should be 2-10 per region, South and North. So why will a Southerner that will have come that by coming to take 8 years, take over from Tinubu? Do you think the North is ready to play 12 years game? So that's why we advise very strongly. If Obi has the desire to become president to fix our country for us, he needs to serve under someone, not under this government. They need to look for a way to balance it so that Obi will run as a vice for now. After whoever going to come from anywhere from the North, step aside, then Obi will now switch in by popular vote. I know at that level, you must have practiced on certain things because being a governor is different from being a president. We are seeing it from Tinubu's case. Tinubu was a governor in Lagos State. Today, what have they done at the federal level? There are people that all their life they have been at the federal level. They have a way of doing their things that give us the better results. Jonathan did not just become a president, he was a vice. From a deputy governor. From there, he stepped into a state governor. From there, he became a vice for a long time. At least was mentored by Yaradua for at least 3 years. For you to understand the federal game, it's a game. So those people that are pushing Obi to go and get the ticket are the same elements that were working for APC. How? If you listen to Kiamuna is advising ADC to give Obi ticket. Bayan guy is saying because it's from the South, they must give Obi ticket. Because they know that giving Obi ticket, it will be a walkover for Tinubu. It's a game they play. It's a mind game they play with the obedience the last time. They are the one pumping obedience left and right. Obi must get the ticket because they know that with Obi on that ticket, you're going to break the power of PDP from the Southeast. And that's exactly what happened. Imagine if you have met Obi and Atiku together in 2023 and combine their votes. So it's a mind game the APC is also playing now. And I pray that the ADC that we touch our hope, see that line and quickly block it. Because APC is going to recruit so many people to distract them.
Okay.
Bringing so many matters that will go to court. Just like Kachuku is one, Kachuku is vulnerable already. I'm too sure APC could be talking to him. So I hit them with legal issues that made them not to stabilize. Look at we change that jumping from station to station now. Try to defend what nobody's asking me questions. He went to a church yesterday in Abuja. Do you see it?
Yeah.
You didn't watch it? You see the reaction when he was trying to. You went to a church for a program. You were trying to demarket Obi. Why is Obi the center of attraction? because they know that young man, that former Anambra State governor who has done well in the business work, has the capacity to dismantle their strategy. The be that as it may, Obi need a very strong support. But that's not to say you should take the ticket. It should play down on the ticket. You should allow. I'm not campaigning for anybody. I'm not a spokesman, but you should allow, because at this point, we need somebody that has a national structure. And the only person that has that national structure as it stands today, that can look Tinubu eye to eye and say, let's go to the field, is Atiku. Nobody. So people like Atiku need to mentor Obi for a period of 4 years, and that will be up for competition. At that level, there's no the issue of start or not. Also, it will also come to play, because at that point, when we are not saying let's go to the south, nobody will say let's go to south or southeast, southwest. Even to the plan will say let's go to the southeast, and that time it will be at advantage to him. So that's my submission on that.
I quickly want to quote what Obi said. So it means, okay, let me. He said, Obi was saying, he said, the rumors that he may pair up with Atiku, of the PDP. Obi said, this is not in play. Nobody has ever discussed that. People assume so many things. Nobody has ever discussed with me whether I am going to be A or B or C. So finally, that has put the Obi statement has put all of that to rest. That it was mere speculation. He's going to be the president. I mean, he's going to be running for the president, the seat of the president.
Yes. How did they select the vice president? Everybody will go and buy the ticket and go to the ring. Whosoever pick the ticket will now look at the structure. Now look at with the ticket for presidency, for presidential ticket. Look at basically three things for who to pick as a vice. One, what was the national structure of this person?
Okay.
Two, what is the financial muscle? Who are the one bankrolling this guy? What is the strength of this guy pulling resources? Three, what are the workability what is the strategy of this person to put the issue on the table and deal with the issue? You know why? Because really, today all of us we are blaming Tinubu. We ought to be blaming Shetima. Shetima is the chairman of the Economic Council of Nigeria. The chairman is the Shetima. So the work of the president is foreign policies, to monitor the foreign policy and deal with external security. That's why if we look at the exclusive list, you see that there are some certain things that depend on the presidency, like issue of national security, issue of trade. So it is the vice president that actually manages the economy. So if the economy is failing, you call the vice president. Unfortunately, Shetima is nowhere to be found around that line. Whether it's gallivanting everywhere, trying to demarket the government is serving, that they are playing, they are not giving the responsibility, the ability to, I don't know how you call it. So it is Shetima that is actually failing, not the president. Then again, the ticket is together. We didn't vote for Shetima, we voted for Tinubu. It was Tinubu that went to bring Shetima as the both capable. So
okay,
bring that to what we're discussing. If Obi and Atiku is to go for any ticket today, as it stands today, Obi cannot beat Atiku. So that's why the speculation is very strong.
Okay.
Do you listen to Atiku account? When Atiku won 2019 presidential ticket, he said he went to see Obasanjo. Obasanjo said, who do you want to take as that running mate? He said, go to take someone for Southwest. Obasanjo said, no, you can't take someone for Southwest. I've done 8 years. That's a statement of a fair leader like Obasanjo. He now suggested somebody like Soludo. He said, no, Soludo does not belong to our party. He now suggested Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. See, to tell you that the vice president want to match the office of the economic activities. He said, no, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is not our party. He now said, okay, look at Obi. That is how we went to take Obi in 2019. Now look at the result. Look at the result in 2019. Look at the result again in 2020. So, why the speculation is very strong is Atiku will always get the ticket. I don't know how he does it, but he get the ticket. So I also believe that Obi is going to come second in that ticket. So if you bring first and second together, then the election is a done deal. So that's why the speculation is very high. So I will advise my brother Obi to say on that speculation and work it out. We want to be on the national ticket. We want to go and fix the economy. All those statistics should bring them into play. Let the president deal with the security issues. That's why we're having issues. The president is trying to fix the economy, trying to fix the security. You should allow the president to go and do his job. You should allow the president to go and do his job, please. So when he fails, we know he's failed.
Frank Ayala, did you also hear that Peter Obi worked, for Abacha, or worked with the late, worked as in Abacha's government? Really? Did you hear that? I'm sure you've heard that too.
Yes. Was Abacha not a national leader? Was Abacha not our head of state? So all the ministers that work with you, what has happened to them? The Tinubu not work with Abacha?
That's not where I'm going to, actually, Frank. Where I'm going to is actually the fact that Obi has said he neither knew nor met Abacha during his time in power, and he was stressing that everything he has done throughout his career remains in the public domain. The former Anambra State governor made the clarification just yesterday. The clarification, according to information I'm getting here, comes in the wake of recent allegations by Reno Omokri, who accused Obi of working with the Abacha regime. However, Obi moved to set the record straight yesterday. He said there was a time during Abacha's government because, when Abacha took over, he said all ports and everything were closed at that time. So they came out with a policy that caused congestion with our ports. Goods were not being cleared. Goods were being exported and everything. And some of us felt we needed to go and see the head of state then, or, at least the Minister of Finance. So we came to Abuja. We had an audience with the Minister of Finance and the President, and we were able to, elucidate the problem that we were facing at that time. So what he's saying is that he was just there because of his goods at the moment, not like he was working with government.
Jude, let's assume without considering that he worked with Abacha. What is the crime in it? Hey, Mustafa, did you work with Abacha? The Tinubu not work with Abacha. Who did not work with Abacha? All Nigerians that have a shop there work with Abacha. All Nigerians that have a bank there work with Abacha. All Nigerians that are doing importation work. So what is it? Omokri for me is a distraction. It's a complete distraction. I said that guy need to be neglected. He need to be allowed to play below under the table because it's a distraction. Obi work with Abacha. Mustafa that is seeking for relevance in does not work with Abacha. All the military that are retiring today, the military generals, they didn't work with Abacha. So for me, working with Abacha shouldn't be a national discussion today. Abacha is long gone since 28 years ago, but so rest in peace. Any money they want to collect from Abacha, you go and collect it if you have illegally abandoned our money. If you have illegally invested our money, they should go and get it back. Legally, to go through the process of the law. Work with Abacha, okay, because Abacha have a family, so we should not go and kill the family, or we should suspend all the right of the family because their father was bad. Without conceding to all those beer panel discussions. Omokiri has no job. If he has something serious to do on Monday morning, we will not be looking for work with Abacha or no work with Abacha. We are talking about 28 years, that memory lane. So for me, I'm not going to defend Obi work. If we work with Abacha, did he illegally took our money? If we do not, so those are bad stories. If he has taken any of our naira, the law should go after him and collect our money. Obi, I know, we never take your money. I have not met you one-on-one. With all our read about Obi will never take your money. So Omokri is looking for relevance. He's looking for people that will bring him to where he start lying. All the word he used against our current president, unprintable words, he has swallowed them. Omokri need to be left alone. Need to go and sit down one corner and think of what better to do with his life.
As regard for Nnamdi Kanu's detention, Obi is saying he is, he said why is that? He was asking a question too. He said, why is he still being held? It does not make any sense to him. Obi said he will be advocating for a political solution, not not just in the Nnamdi Kanu's case, but other similar cases across the country. It does not make sense. Peter Obi on continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu. It does not make sense. But some persons have said Peter Obi does not talk. He doesn't say anything as regards Nnamdi Kanu, but he has spoken.
Judy, I will say again and again, it is the Easterner that are keeping Nnamdi Kanu where he is.
The what?
If the entire Easterner, if the Southeasterner, the Southeasterner.
How would you say that?
The Easterner, the
Southeast.
Yes.
How so?
If all of them should come together and speak in one voice, now the Kanu will be released. Some people will be made political. Some people will go to political dungeon. Some people will be thrown to political trash if now the Kanu comes out. And we also know them. Those are the people that are trying to get relevance with Nnamdi Kanu movement, so that when it finally comes out, it will be relevant. Now, do you read the judgment from Kenya court? There's a judgment that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped.
I saw that.
Was kidnapped. Look, let's isolate that word. Was kidnapped. Does government kidnap somebody? The answer is yes, because when you do not follow when you do not follow the legal procedure for extradition, you have kidnapped that. So Nnamdi Kanu, the problem is from the southeast. It's not the federal government. It's not Tinubu that take Nnamdi Kanu for custody. When Muhammadu Buhari, our former president, went to Owerri to commission some project that we never see in today, what was the discussion? So Ludo will only talk about now the one kind when there's an election time. When there's an election time, they will come out to talk about Nnamdi Kanu. After the election, they will keep quiet. Because they know that Nnamdi Kanu is a movement. So they always want to get the sympathy of the movement. Okay, we are fighting for our guy. So for me, the problem now Nnamdi Kanu, whosoever talk about it, Peter Obi only just talk about it because it's becoming like a joke. That you take somebody into custody for how many years? All the court, ECOWAS court judge, ECOWAS court pronounce the judgment that they should release him. And remember that two courts that pronounce judgment, Kenyan court has no pronounce judgment now. Why are we still keeping on that? And this same government, this same Nigerian government will say they are following the rule of law. Rule of law from where?
All right.
Because it beats your imagination that you are still keeping that young man there for nothing.
Frank.
You keep amending charges. If you look at anytime Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, look at the charge details. They are all on payroll. Somebody is making money from Nnamdi Kanu being kept under custody.
Frank,
no.
Hold on. You will tell us more just after this short break, okay? Just hold on for me there. Stay there. Everyone, I will be right back. Just hold on.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for the October 2025 and January 2026 intakes at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience right from Ghana. For more information, contact us at +234 0701 708 9214 or email us at nigeria@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
Lagosians, the season is here again as the Lagos State Local Government Electoral Commission (LASEC) implores all eligible voters to participate in the forthcoming Lagos State Local Government election, which holds on Saturday, July 12, 2025. Remember, voting is your right. Your right, your vote, our mandate. Voting procedures as eligible voters include getting to the polling station as early as 8 a.m. while voting closes at 3 p.m. on Saturday, 12 July 2025. You as eligible voters are allowed to vote for your chairmanship and councillorship of your choice at the polling stations where you register as voters on the day of election. Remember, voting is your civic right. Let's stay together to carry out our franchise responsibility as a good citizen of the country. Announcer, Lagos State Electoral Commission, LASEC.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Jude, and of course, I have with me Frank Ayala. Frank, are you still there?
Yes.
Beautiful.
How you doing?
Yeah, you said some persons are making money because Kano is still in detention, or they are making money with
Yes.
Kano still being in detention. However you put it.
If you are fortunate to have to went through the account of Sahara reporter, that anytime Kano is being brought to the court, it costs the government 500 million naira. And I believe that story. You know why? Every DSS, every road safety, every VIO, every police are going to be on special duty that day. They are collecting allowance.
Okay.
Do you know the number of police that will control the crowd that normally go to get out of that court? You see the convoy. So if somebody is not making money, why do we spend such money? I will keep such person. So if now the candidate to come to court twice in a month, that means we're going to spend 1 billion. If somebody is not making money from that process, why should we, as a nation, bear that cost? So somebody is making money from that issues. Because somebody's going to have the contract to mobilize all those support.
When you say somebody
nationwide.
When you say somebody, we want to find out who are these set of people, you feel are making money out of his detention.
That speak in favor of Kanu. There are people that speak in favor of Kanu in the daytime and speak against Kanu in the night when they are meeting whosoever is in charge.
Oh, really?
Because Jude, the 500 million naira they spend according to Sahara reporter. Why will a nation bear such a cost on one individual? One person. If somebody is not making money from it, to make sure it's kept there, they will keep making money from that process. Because the government has not been able to establish a serious crime against this guy. The only crime they are trying to establish because Nigeria is Zoom. And so what? Is Nigeria is Zoom? The answer is no. It's some of our behavior as a leader from the presidency down. This is the only country that they remove subsidy with a fiat. Subsidy is gone. There's no document, no communication to the market, no interaction with the market indices. This is the only country in the world where inflation is higher than MPR is higher than inflation. Then again, they are human, they are nations. So are we behave as a civilized people? Are we in this country where our president went to another country and did a scholarship? Whereas it's the same president that signed a law for students into law. Our children should take loan to go to school, but other people from that country come and enjoy our. Today, sometimes we ask ourselves, are we still really in the midst of a nation? Are we still a nation? Because we don't think.
All right, Frank, let's quickly run now because of our time. Babachir Lawal is out of APC. Former SGF is out of APC.
Seven governors for APC is coming to ADC. We said it on this platform. We said it about 2 weeks ago.
Say that again.
Seven northern governors.
Uh-huh.
Are the people sponsoring this ADC.
Oh, really?
But all of them, they are endorsing Tinubu. Oh, we endorse the president. They will repeat. See, there is a law called karma. What to do to people do to you. Tinubu dealt with his brother Jonathan. The karma has come. It's unfortunate. The only thing that will make that karma not to work is for Tinubu to go and do what Nigeria needs. What did Nigeria need? We need safe environment. We need quality education that is affordable. Quality health care that is affordable. The people should be able to live their life. We understand that some of the very powerful people from former presidency, our former administration, is in hospital somewhere around UK. The same thing that we are building Nigeria. When Akpabio was a governor, he said build what health center. But when they have a minor accident along one traffic light in Abuja or fly abroad, Tinubu build Lagos, but he cannot attend the hospital I built in Lagos.
Talking about
kind of people we should take seriously.
Talking about Tinubu, Zainab Galadima, who is the daughter of Buba Galadima, believes that Tinubu could secure 30%, only 30% votes from the northern region in 2027 presidential election. 30% only is what she feels Tinubu will get.
Even the 30%, if you look at it, she was trying to be economical because he was facing a camera. If you look at the survey, that ADC have, nothing on surface of the air will make you able to score more than 12% in the north. If you look at that, if you are able to stumble down survey gauges, I will forward it to you. Nothing suggests that Tinubu will get 12% from the north. So, if you look at last election, Tinubu gets 62% of the northern vote, 62.8%. So, if you are not talking of 12% after the first 2 years, what does that tell you? That these people have really left you. So, if you take 12% into 62%, that means Tinubu might not use in the entire might not use color to 1 million votes.
Okay.
And that report is very clear.
Frank, thank you so much. Thank you. I wish I could continue having this conversation with you this morning, but I want to say thank you. Indeed, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much. You have a nice day.
And you too. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Of course, my name is Jude. You will call in now and have your say, or you want to say something. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. Is it that you have something to say, or you want to say something? WhatsApp 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. 1 minute is what I'll give everyone. Just 1 minute. I'll watch it closely. 1 minute for everyone. Just keep to that and we're fine. All right? We'll have a good bargain. Move away from your radio set. Turn down the volume before you call so we can hear each other. Thank you so much. Good morning here. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry. You can call back again, okay? Just call back and let's talk. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. You there?
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Austin.
Okay.
I'm calling from Jackson Decade.
Let's go quickly.
Yes, I'm a first time caller for your program like this this morning.
Beautiful.
But I'm a good listener. What I want to say concerning this connection now, take this video on phone. It can help Nigeria to change a lot of things. So people are saying to be obedient on phone, not because of it, to be from South. No, because we are seeing the vision of Obi. Obi having a good intention for Nigeria, not be only for South. Thank Obi there for forefront. God bless you.
All right. Thank you. Obi should be in the forefront, right? It's okay. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Now, let me talk to you. Good morning here. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kamijide.
Good morning.
Thank you very much, Kamijide. This is Situ calling from Freetown.
Situ, where have you been?
I know, my brother. I've been on tour, man. I've been on business trip,
Oh, I see. Talk to us, Situ.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Kamijide, let me correct one impression for your analyst this morning. If he's listening, it's not the Southeast that is holding Nnamdi Kanu. Please, don't change the narrative. It was the federal government is holding Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody that is residing in Nigeria at the moment, he's the one holding Nnamdi Kanu, not the Southeast. Because you cannot come and tell me that there's some group of people in the Southeast who's holding Nnamdi Kanu. It's a lie. What is the Constitution says? Did they find Nnamdi Kanu any guilty? No. So somebody come in and say, okay, Can these Igbo politicians in the Southeast tell Tinubu now to disown his son, Sheyi? Can he do that? The answer is no. So why can he come and say that the Southeast is holding Nnamdi Kanu? Please, that is what I want to correct.
Thank you.
The second one is this. Peter Obi is not going to be any vice for any Atiku. It's not gonna happen, and Obi knows that it's not gonna happen. He was never in any. It's never in anywhere. And they said that somebody from the southeast is not going to be president of Nigeria. And if they insist that somebody in the southeast is not going to be a president of Nigeria, they should allow Nnamdi Kanu wills to come through. They should allow Ndibo to go, to get out from Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much, Frank. I say Frank. C2 from Sierra Leone. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you, C2. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Jesus.
Good morning.
I have only a simple analysis this morning.
Let's go.
This is Gateway calling from VI.
Okay.
I've been listening for so while. The issue is that if Tinubu let him use all the whole strategy. Let me see what will take him to presidency 2027. I have toured around Nigeria and I know what it takes. If you let him do the spirit of a Miloko for the second time.
Okay.
Let me see what it takes him to 2027 presidency. Secondly, concerning Obi, let me tell Obi, let him guide his Leon. Plus minus or minus plus, he must be in presidency, either as a president or as a vice.
Thank you.
Note my word.
Thank you so much.
Let me leave my thought like that.
All right. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Judy.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Comrade Oluwafemi Daniel calling from Igodo. Let me do a little of refreshing of the Nigerians' memory to corroborate the position of Frank Ayala. In all sincerity, may I say this without any hesitation this morning. One, the very first statement the current president made in Ogun State when he wanted to declare interest, he said, "It is my turn." That was the first statement he made. He quickly said, "It is Yoruba's turn." I'm able to tell you that when he got into power, he said he has been aspiring and working towards that position for the past 30 years. One thing I love about the sitting president, sometimes jokingly he said the truth for Nigerians to take note, but unfortunately Nigerians don't take cognizance of those things. Now, let me tell you, the current administration is purely Tulumbu's, not South. So the mentality that it is now a Southern turn or Southern turn, that Northern should whatever, it is out of it. May I say this again? It is only the Northerners that can come against the current administration and winning. Anybody in South can never win. Please go and write down my words today. Obi cannot win this something because it is not likely to be the true reflection of the result.
Okay.
And that is the truth. But those who know themselves, they know. You see, every politician rely more on the vote from the north. Let's be honest. And that is why, even if you get any percentage in the southeast, southwest, or whatever, the northerners, their result is always the last to be announced. Please, let Peter Obi, I must confess to you, there is nothing bad in serving with somebody as the vice. Let him think twice.
Can I ask you a question?
It will be unfortunate if he contests again and he loses without any remedy this time around.
Who is the north?
It is better for him. When Oshibajo was there with...
Your time is up. You don't use more than 2 minutes going self. But thank you anyway. Thank you. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Let me take more calls now because of our time. Hello, good morning. Good morning. I'll read your messages later, okay? Of course, I don't have the time to read messages this morning. Or maybe I'll just touch on very few. But by 10:30, I will be back here to touch on all of your messages, okay? Between 10:30 and 12, I will be here to do justice to your messages. We analyze your messages, and then let's just have a great one later, okay? By 10:30. Okay, thank you so much. Hello, good morning here.
Hello, Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, Peter Monte is my name from Shomolu.
Let's go. 1 minute.
Yeah, they say Tinubu trust is 30%. I think that 30%, they are just being magnanimous to give Tinubu 30% trust. How can you trust somebody that came in and destroyed everything in Nigeria within
2 years. Currently, you go to another country, give scholarship, your own children are out of school. Can you trust that kind of a person? You come in and make yourself the minister for petroleum. With all the crude oil in our soil, Nigerians cannot see fuel to buy. You come in and you destroy the power sector. From Wednesday last week till today, there is no light in Bajulaye Road. As I'm talking to you now, we can't pump water, we can't do anything. He said he will give us light. If he doesn't give, they should not vote for him. 2027. So why are they? Those that are talking about Tinubu coming back in 2027, they don't understand what they are talking about because Tinubu himself has campaigned himself out of 2027 election. How come Nigerians don't have light? We don't have oil. We don't have security. We don't have drugs. He cannot build factories to produce drugs. And they're keeping on building roads. And Nigerians chopping roads and then living on the road. You can't provide employment. And you want to come and do what? The man has failed and the man has to go. Nigerians too. The next chorus now will be Tinubu must go. Everywhere in Nigeria, we will be thinking that Tinubu must go before election so that we will know that he doesn't deserve any trust. He has destroyed a lot. We need somebody who will come and help us to build. Whatever Peter Obi will be, whether vice president or president, Nigerians, we need a way out.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Someone is saying something. He said, my name is Shegun from Isheri Oshun. You can imagine what is happening with the leaders of the so-called coalition now. Obi is not ready to step down for Atiku. He said anything short of presidential post that they should count him out. And he made it clear he's still with Labour Party. All this confirmed that the fact that the coalition is all about self-ambitions and self-interest. It's not about the people. If not, why can't they let go of their ego and ambition? Politicians, he said, are all the same. That's not the actual thing happening, okay? You're painting it somehow. Okay, that's not what is going on. I wish I could give you a breakdown of that, but I wouldn't have the time to do all of that, okay? I wouldn't have the time to do that. Benjamin from Shogunle is saying, I think we should respect our constitution like other countries of the world. Our constitution stated time for campaigning for an election. Why is our campaigns or our politicians undermining the constitution and they've started campaigning for 2027 election in 2025? Is that not a crime that's supposed to, attract punishment? Today, we can see that politicians are now focused on 2027 election and not governance. Benjamin, thank you so much. Everyone wants to rescue the nation now. That's what is going on. The time starts now. Or their time starts now. Ikenna from Ikorodu is saying, please, we are not hearing what? We are not hearing your station. Another station is coming up with your station. Oh, really? Okay. The engineers will be alerted as quickly as possible. They want to override us. But it's just signal issues, okay? There is nothing to worry about. It can be corrected. Okay, VOP, we Nigerians are calling on the president to please do something fast on the issue of continuous epileptic power supply and erratic estimated billings on a monthly basis that is being distributed by DISCO, especially IKEDC on customers. Nigerians are all chorusing to the president, give us free prepaid meters as our own share of the national cake, which is the national resources that this country is blessed with. God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onatoye from Ijagemo. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Kambi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kambi.
Let's go quickly.
My name is Maria. Yes, Frank Ayala spoke very well. But I want to say that if I were to advise Elijah Atiku Abubakar, he has in the past shown patriotism. I would suggest let him play the role of a statesman and work and present P2B to rescue Nigeria. So as it is now, P2B has the qualities, but because of maybe Atiku's ambition, we can't afford to go this route again, this Tinubu route, because Nigeria might not survive it, the country might not survive it. Tinubu has nothing to offer. And from what Peter Amongst said, he has destroyed every facet of financial life in 2 years. To give him another 4 years now, Nigeria might still stay. So let people appeal at Atiku Atiku played that role in 2026 when he helped to safeguard Nigeria from that third-term district of his former boss. So let people talk to Atiku, let him support this, but to rescue Nigeria for the sake of this country, for the sake of on our unborn generation. That is just my take. It will be Khadija, but let Atiku support him, and let Atiku play the role of a father in this coalition thing, and let them face that INEC, that contraction called INEC for electoral reform.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. I will play a message from Lasiek, all right, to everyone right now, especially if you're in Lagos and you are prepared to vote, come Saturday, you would listen to a message right now. But then I would, it's time to go. It's time to go. Actually, I wish I could continue, but my time is fast spent. I will be here, like I said, 10:30. My name is Jude, Ikami Jude. On Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, everywhere. IKAMIJUDEH is the handle. IKAMIJUDEH is the handle. We can talk there also, okay? Don't forget to bring all of your adverts to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We need all of your adverts, okay? Yeah. Okay. We're done for this morning. I'll be here later.